Good morning, family. It is bright and early, 7:30 a.m. and I am headed to the gym, you guys. I said that I was going to make some lifestyle changes, be a little more healthy, exercise more regularly, lose some of these pandemic pounds, because Lord, it's been a journey. Right now, I am also on cardiology elective rotation for 4 weeks. So it's a really chill elective. I can kind of do what I want and make the day what I want. There's no one who oversees me or micromanages me on a day-to-day basis. So that allows for a lot of flexibility, especially as a fourth year, because I am also in the residency interview season and I need quite a few days off for interviews. So this elective has allowed me that flexibility to take days off, to kind of make the experience in the 4 weeks what I want. So that's been crucial, which allows me to go to the gym in the morning and kind of have the time that I need to take care of my health and wellness and really just chill for 4 weeks, because medical school, especially the clinical years, the third year, is like go, 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 go. You're always on the move. You feel really burnt out by the end of your rotations and going into fourth year. So fourth year electives are a lot more chill. So we like that. So we're gonna go to Planet Fitness and get this workout in real quick, then go home and shower, eat breakfast, do all that stuff, and then head to the hospital. So let's go ahead and get this day started. So one thing about medical school, you guys, and I talk about this all the time, is that it can really consume you if you let it. And like, it requires so much of your time, and it can really wreak havoc on your well-being across the board, your physical well-being, your mental well-being, your emotional well-being. So you have to kind of readjust your life and your schedule and really get good time management skills in order to prioritize those things. So if you're a person that enjoys going to the gym and is very active with exercise and whatnot, you might find yourself very overwhelmed in medical school and not being able to kind of go to the gym in the same way that you were before medical school. That might lead to you not having as good of well-being, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. If your mind is stressed or overworked and the gym was your release, you have to find a way to keep that in your schedule, right? It'll be better for you, and it'll be better for your overall well-being and your grades, because your grades take a toll, you know, as a result of your physical and mental well-being. So I myself am not a gym goer. I'm literally in the gym exercising now because I've let myself go in medical school, which is another reality, letting yourself go and not kind of prioritizing your health and well-being. And we're always on the go, so eating, you know, junk food and drinking coffee that is not a meal, you know, and just, I'm not like unhealthy, but I've definitely picked up some unhealthy habits in medical school that I'm trying to break and really kind of get a handle on before residency, because that's going to be medical school times 10. So I need to get rid of like kind of the bad stuff in my life right now and get on a good schedule for exercise and everything. But all of that to say, prioritize your health and well-being, not only physically but mentally and emotionally in medical school. It can consume your life if you let it, and like, you don't want to not only let yourself go, but not be in the right mind space and head space in order to do well in medical school, because that is the goal, right? So just wanted to get that little tidbit, because although I hate the gym, it is definitely a stress reliever, and it's something that, you know, once I go, I just feel refreshed. Like, I'm ready to start the day and I feel good, you know? It's just a struggle to get myself there, but we did it, so let's go. All right, guys, so I am clean, showered, ready to go ahead and get the day started. I have some eggs cooking on the stove right now. I have some chicken sausage in the air fryer. You guys, I'm obsessed with air frying food. If it can fit in an air fryer, I'm air frying it. So just got that going. I'm gonna make myself some coffee, have breakfast. It's about 9:30, and then head to the hospital. Like I said, you guys, like, if this was any other rotation, or something that was more structured, or a core rotation like surgery, OBGYN, or something like that in third year, then I would have had to be in the hospital probably by 6 or 7 a.m. But this is a lot more chill, a lot more laid back. Electives are generally a lot more chill, but this elective in particular is like, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my time, eat my breakfast, and then we'll head to the hospital and get the day started. So here's breakfast, gang. We got some eggs, some toast, some chicken sausage, some coffee, of course. It's no IHOP or anything, but you know, gets the job done. Pro tip for you guys, live near your medical school or your hospital. You spend so much time there as a medical student that, you know, commuting long distances is usually not in your best interest. You know what I mean? Like, spare yourself a commute, spare yourself some time and just getting more sleep and you time, and live close, unless it's absolutely more beneficial to commute, such as if you live at home. If you're gonna live at home and like commute to school to save money, to not have to pay rent, then absolutely do it. But the amount of time that you spend at the hospital during your clinical years or in the medical school for your preclinical years is just so ridiculous that trying to live far off campus just to be away and disconnect is like, why? You know, spare yourself that time and live close or relatively close by, unless there's some other reason that makes it more worthwhile to live far, such as living from home, which is gonna save you so much more money. So just make the best decision for you. Living close by for me has been amazing the entire 4 years, because I just roll out of bed, get to the hospital within 5-10 minutes, and it's just been amazing. I couldn't have imagined commuting 20 or 30 minutes every single day for how much time I spend here and how many days a week. At some point during clinical rotations, you're here 6 days a week. Why? No thanks. All right guys, there's a lot going on out here, so let's go in the hospital. All right guys, so excuse this ugly room. This is one of the labs in the medical school, so it's needs some updating, to say the least. So as I already mentioned earlier, this is a very chill, flexible rotation. I did it before as a third year, and I'm doing it again as a fourth year, not only because I'm interested in cardiology, but because it is a very chill rotation, like I keep saying. So it is pretty much like a make your own type of rotation, and there's nowhere really that I need to be. There is no one that's monitoring me or watching me, or that I'm working with one-on-one throughout this rotation. It is kind of a buffet type of elective, and I can go choose what I want to do day by day. So there are 4 major locations or places in which I can be. So first is the telemetry service. This is the inpatient cardiology service. It's a ward of the hospital called iBlue, where the cardiology patients who are admitted in the hospital are housed. So there is a cardiology inpatient team that runs that part of the service and that side of the hospital, and I can go there and, you know, chill with them for the day and see what kind of stuff they're doing with their patients, and just kind of learn about the inpatient cardiology side. I did that for a full month for my acting internship. If you guys don't remember my vlogs, I had a 4-week acting internship on the telemetry service. So I'm kind of all telemetried out. The second place that I can spend time on this elective is in the CCU. So this is the cardiac care unit. It is very similar to the ICU, hence the CCU, ICU, except the CCU focuses on cardiac patients, ICU level patients, but that have primary issues with their heart. So these are people whose hearts are failing, that are potentially at the end of their life in very severe disease as a result of cardiac problems. So this is a whole nother part of the hospital. It's a separate ward, and I can go there and spend time with the CCU patients and, you know, chill with that team and learn about kind of ICU level care for cardiac patients. The third place that I can spend time on this elective is in the echo lab. So the echocardiogram lab. This is where they do ultrasounds of the heart. So patients who need to go get an echo, to go get pictures taken of their heart, to assess if it's working correctly, if they have heart failure, things like that, will come to the echo lab for their testing. And I can go there and see the echoes be done. I can also go in the reading room with the fellows and the doctors and read the echoes, because someone has to look at those images and kind of assess them and give a report on them, which cardiologists do. So I can go in the reading room and help read. Well, I don't really help, but I can watch them read echoes. The fourth and final place that I can spend time on this elective is in the cath lab. Cath stands for catheterization, and this is a cardiac operating room or procedure room in which caths happen. So caths are basically a procedure in which fluoro or kind of contrast is shot into a patient's veins and arteries, and it flows through their heart, so you can look at the arteries of their heart and see if there's any blockages, any, you know, pathology that needs to be corrected. So there's diagnostic caths that are just kind of trying to diagnose things and see what's going on. And there are also like curative or interventional type of caths in which something is being done. So not just looking to see what's there, but if something needs to be done, if a stent needs to be placed to open up an artery to allow blood flow to get through, then that stent is placed in the cath procedure. So the cath lab is where all of these procedures take place. Other cardiac procedures also happen in the cath lab, such as ablations, where they go in and kind of literally burn off parts of the heart because of abnormal heart rhythms. Pacemakers are put in these cath procedure rooms. So any type of cardiac diagnostic testing or procedures is done in the cath lab. So that is a place where I spend a lot of time on this elective. I like watching procedures. Sometimes we can scrub into the procedures and help or observe. And also in the cath lab, we have to wear lead. So we wear lead over basically our entire front of the body. So our neck, which has our thyroid, over our entire chest, abdomen, and for women, our pelvic region, because our ovaries are there. The reason we do that is because in the cath lab, we use the fluoroscopy, so like I said, the contrast, and x-rays are taken during the procedures. Live x-rays are constantly taken, right, so that they can see where they are in the heart. And it's so much radiation exposure in these procedures that, you know, while the question is, why don't we need that protection for like getting an x-ray or something? Because you're only getting one x-ray, right? Or you won't only get it once a year or once whenever you need it if you hurt yourself or break a bone or something like that. But in these procedures, they're doing these procedures multiple times a day, multiple days a week. So that is repeated radiation exposure. So we wear lead to protect our organs from radiation. So those are the 4 areas of the hospital where I am spending my time on this cardiology elective. And like I said, it's very chill. So I will bounce around, and sometimes I will watch a procedure in the cath lab, and then I'll head over to the CCU for rounds and hear about the patients on their service and what's going on. I'll go to the echo room and see what's happening there and really just freestyle it. Like I said, I'm not being managed by anyone in particular. I'm not supposed to be anywhere at any particular time, so I could kind of just come and go as I please, which is really, really nice as a 4th year, because I'm burnt out, you guys. Like, I am tired. I have done this for, you know, 2 years now, so I've learned what I am going to learn at this point, and it's kind of just finishing up my loose ends, finishing up my last requirements for graduation, and then getting out of here. So of course I come in and show face, but I also try to get other work done on the side, do content, plan out the rest of my life, like residency and things like that, and then head home. This is a very low stress, very low demand type of elective, which is perfect for me. So today I brought my lunch, you guys. So I made some homemade chicken noodle soup, brought my lunch. That's not typically what I do. I usually buy lunch a lot in the cafeteria, but I wanted to set a good example today. So I'm gonna eat my lunch and then do a little work. So now I'm just looking for a place to sit to do a little bit of work. So I think I'm just gonna post up right here in one of these booths and hang out and get a little work done. So if you guys have ever seen these little contraptions for the stethoscope that people wear, it's a little holder where you kind of just safeguard your stethoscope in here, and it has a hook on the back that you can hook on pockets or wherever you want so that you don't lose your stethoscope. It is so clutch as a student or even as a doctor in not losing your stethoscope and having it on you and readily accessible, and also keeping it clean and away from your neck and face. I know that it's very like common to just kind of swing your stethoscope around your neck, and it's convenient, but it's very dirty, you guys. And although we try to do clean practices and sanitize it in between each patient or each pass, it doesn't always happen like that. So keeping it as far away from your face and on your body but still readily accessible for use is super clutch. So 10 out of 10 recommend. Definitely get one if you're a student or an incoming medical student. It'll save you a lot of hassle. So one thing I'm doing right now, you guys, is kind of looking at my schedule for the week and planning out my week. So I have interviews on Thursday and Friday, so I know that I won't be able to come into work on Thursday and Friday, so I've taken those days off. Usually with interviews, I have a like meet and greet or a residency kind of event the night before. So that means that Wednesday night for the Thursday interview will be an event, and Thursday night for the Friday interview will be an event. So planning out my week like that is really helpful. Also, just as a content creator and a YouTuber, planning out my content ahead of time, I've found has also really helped me a lot as well, just so it's kind of like a part of my plan and that I set time aside for it, because otherwise I will just get really, really consumed and busy with just being a student and residency interviews and everything like that. So setting aside time to make my content has been really helpful in like scheduling and time management. I'm also a super fan of to-do lists, so I will make a kind of blank document either daily or weekly in my iPad of my to-dos for the day, for the week, for my schedule and everything like that. It's just, I'm a very scatterbrained type of person, so if I don't write it out for myself, it's going to slip through the cracks. So this has helped me. So I'm done for the day. It's about 2:45. Amazing. So I sometimes leave earlier than this, but you know, we'll stay a little later today. I also just realized how atrocious my outfit is today, you guys. The colors are all over the place. I got these nice like magenta scrubs, but then I have my light blue clogs, a navy jacket. Don't hold it against me, you guys. I'm usually a lot more color coordinated than this, but you know, spice up our life a little bit. Hey guys, so don't mind the mess in the background. I have a lot of Christmas gift wrapping and things going on of that nature because 'tis the season. But I am about to go get my nails done right now. So I have not had nails on these fingers for like probably over a year now. When I went on vacation last year to Bali, I remember having nails, but I came back and, you know, in the clinical rotations, we are not really able to have long kind of acrylic nails. They have to be short. They're even pretty strict sometimes about like what kind of polish you have on your nails, like gel versus regular, but who's patrolling that? I've never had anybody come to me and try to press me about my gel polish. But anyway, I haven't had acrylics on in a very long time. I'm excited to get them back. I like acrylics, I like long nails, and my nails are just so brittle and they do not grow. So I am finally in a place in my 4th year of medical school in which my clinical obligations are kind of like tailing off, you know, I'm at the tail end, and even when I am on rotations, I'm not really doing much with my hands or assisting in surgery or anything like that at this point. So I think it's time to get acrylics back. So I'm gonna go to the nail salon and get some nails and bring you guys along. So let's go. I dressed up a little bit just because why can't we look cute too sometimes, you know, like I don't have to look like a bum all the time. So I'll share with you guys my outfit details. So my shirt, this cute little peplum top, is from Fashion Nova, has a little peephole on the back. My jeans are also from Fashion Nova. And then I have these cute little booties on. Sorry guys, I'm not that flexible, but you can see this nice little gold trim line on the heel. Love it. So let's go. All right, family, so I just finished in the nail salon. It's already dark. It's like 4 p.m. This is the crazy part about like winter time. Like I go in, the sun was out, and I come out literally what, an hour later, and it's like feels like 9 p.m. But anyway, guys, let me just rant real quick about nail salons. Like I've been coming to this nail salon for probably 4 years, the 4 years I've lived here in New Jersey. But this like it is so frustrating sometimes to like come to a nail salon, especially those in which you're like bouncing around from person to person and you don't have like one nail tech, you know, like most salons you're just gonna walk in and get who you get. So they are so hit or miss sometimes, and I feel like some you know, salon people, they just do not care to do a good job. It's more about getting people in and out quickly than it is the quality of the work, and that really pisses me off because it's like I'm paying for a service. Like, do a good service, you know what I mean? So the guy who did my nails was fine. It was just, I felt like he was like rushing it. I feel like he skipped hella steps, like in putting on the acrylics and stuff. He didn't even massage my hands. He put the oil on my cuticles and was like, yeah, rub them in yourself, go like this. And I'm like, aren't you supposed to do that? Like, sometimes I come in here and they give me a full-blown like manicure when I get full sets and stuff, and this guy basically had me putting the nails on myself, you know? So I don't know, it's just hit or miss sometimes. They look nice, so I'm only gonna complain on this little vlog. Like, I gave him a good tip regardless because they look nice, but I feel like it's the little things that matter. Like he only put 1 coat of gel polish on my nails. Like he only put 1 coat of gel polish and then the top coat, and that was it. I usually get like 3 or 4 coats, including a base coat, a top coat. So I was like, why are you skipping steps? Like, why are you rationing gel nail polish in here? You know what I mean? Like, those are the things that get me mad, because while they might look nice right now, who's to say in 5 days they don't start like peeling or not looking as fresh because you shorted me on my coats of polish. But anyway, let me just show you guys. So if this can focus. Oh, there we go. So very neutral, very classic looking acrylic nail. I am a sucker for just neutral, normal looking nails. So this is what I'm starting back with. Very simple, very cute. Eventually I'll work, as they grow out, I'll work my way up to like a longer coffin nail, maybe some designs, some colors, but that'll be more for like the springtime when I go on vacation. Oh, I also got to tell you guys where I'm going on vacation. That might be in the next vlog, who knows. But anyway, I'm going on vacation in January, which is going to be exciting, so I'll probably spice it up and do something different with my nails for you guys. But yeah, so for right now, I'm gonna pass by the grocery store, get some dinner tonight. Gonna cook some dinner with my boyfriend, and then we are binge watching Game of Thrones, you guys. I am a huge Game of Thrones fans. I've seen all 8 seasons, all the episodes, but he has never in his life seen Game of Thrones. Criminal, I know. So I am doing a rewatch with him, and it is his first time, so it's very exciting. And you know, like, I watched Game of Thrones years ago, and you know, the season just the series just ended last year, but I feel like I haven't seen, you know, the first season for years. So it is actually pretty cool doing a rewatch with him, because it's like, oh wow, I forgot that, you know, like they really killed my man Ned Stark. Like, that's crazy. Sorry, you know,
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Siri wants to be a part of this conversation so bad, but whatever. But anyway, let me go to the grocery store. Hey guys, good morning. So it is Thursday morning. Unfortunately, I did not go to the gym this morning. My boyfriend is so pissed. This was supposed to be day number 3 in a row. I got a lecture about consistency and dedication, and I'm just like, okay, I'm exhausted. My legs are jello. Like, I am not saying I'm not gonna go today. I am gonna go to the gym today, just not in the morning. I have an interview to do today. I'm exhausted. I needed the extra rest, just so I'm not totally out of it for my interview, and I will go later. He wasn't trying to hear it, but I don't care. Like, I don't care. My legs are literally like this when I'm walking. Like, I'm tired, bro. So I have an interview today, you guys, with a school in New York, a very prominent school in New York. So, you know, I'm just getting my coffee, gonna crack an egg, make some turkey sausage, some toast, just for a little breakfast. The interview day today is from 10:10 until 4 to 5 p.m. They don't say which it is, 4 or 5, but either way, it is a very long day, which is why I told my boyfriend, like, these days are exhausting too, and you have to be on, you know, like on your game the entire day for an interview. So it's like, I didn't want to be out of it because I'm rushing from the gym and coming home to shower and like rushing. Of course, I'm not even on time right now. I have like 20 minutes to get ready, but at least I'm relaxed. So just gonna make my coffee, take my time, and I'm gonna get ready and do this interview day. So you guys will get to see a little bit about interview day and how that works. We gotta do something with this hair really quick. Usually my hair is straight for interviews and like done nice. Today they're gonna get what they're gonna get, you know what I mean? Like, I have to be honest, you guys, like, interview season for residency is exhausting. Of course, you know, if you have multiple interviews and everything, and I know that by the virtual nature of it, people might think that it's not as tiring, or, oh yes, you know, we can do more interviews because it's more flexible time-wise and in the comfort of our own home-wise. It's still an exhausting process. It's still exhausting to sit in front of a computer screen for 4 to 8 hours and literally be on, you know, like I just said. Like, you have to be presentable, you have to be smiling, engaging, interactive. Otherwise, you know, it's gonna look like you just have no interest in the program at all. So you have to be paying attention, sitting there, listening to lectures, basically, of like informational sessions, meet and greets, you know, smiling, on top of the most important point of it, which is the interview itself and making sure that you represent yourself well. So it's not just a chill day where you get to just hang out on Zoom and, you know, get to meet people. Like, no, you're you're doing work, you know. Zoom fatigue is real. Like, it's exhausting to sit there all day, you know, and do this multiple times a week, you know. At some of my busiest, like last month for instance, I had 3 to 4 interviews in a week, and not even a full week, in a 5-day work week. 3 to 4 interviews back to back to back. And it's not even just like the interview, it is the meet and greets with the residents the night before. Usually there's a resident meet and greet happy hour type of event the night before the interview, so that takes time as well. So it's just all that to say, residency interview season is exhausting, and don't sleep on the fact that, you know, oh, you just get to travel around if you're not in COVID, but you just get to sit and chill and like meet people and stuff like that, because it is a very exhausting experience. And that's why when they say like drop interviews that, you know, to programs where you're not super invested in, or, you know, if you have a high number of interviews and you can only choose one program, well, you rank programs like I explained in my residency series. But if you're at a level in which you're getting tons and tons of interviews, you're obviously a very highly competitive applicant. So you're probably not going to touch down in your rank list past 5 or 10 maybe. So you doing 20, 25 interviews really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, being that you're not obviously interested in all of those programs, and other people who might not have as many interviews can benefit from those interview slots being open and unfilled. So that's why it's like at some point in the interview season, if you find that you're in a place where you're pretty good where you're at, and the programs that you have remaining for interviews aren't super probably going to be high on your rank list, then consider canceling those interviews. You know what I mean? Like, help out the next man who might need that interview. Save yourself some time, save the program some time. It's mutually beneficial for a person that's not interested to not interview with the school. It's mutually beneficial for that person to save their own time as an applicant, and the school to find another applicant who might be more interested in like actually realistically going to that program. So all that to say, yes, interview season is a whirlwind. So you guys just witnessed the record speed of doing a bun. Like I told you, they're gonna get what they're gonna get, and it looks okay because I did a bun yesterday, so it's kind of like already gelled down and stuff. I didn't really have to do much, but this is my go-to hairstyle when my hair is greasy or not in a place to be done, and I need something like quick and easy for a professional type of space. So this little quick little cute bun is it. And yes, I know you guys want the makeup tutorial. It is coming, trust me. Today is not the day you want it anyway, because it is not going to be anything pretty, but it is coming, you guys. Like, kind of dipping into the makeup world and the makeup space is just, I want to do it right, you know. Like, I want to make sure I have adequate time and energy and capacity to make a good tutorial, or a good, you know, kind of everyday beginner makeup videos, or just my own personal tutorials, because makeup's just very, very particular, and you really have to have that skill to do it well, you know, like lighting, explaining your products, like showcasing the tutorial in such a way that it's beginner friendly or YouTube friendly, which not everybody has mastered, you know, so myself included. Like, this isn't something I've totally dipped into yet, so I just want to make sure that I do it in such a way that it's useful and beneficial. So it's coming, you guys, trust me. When I have more time and, you know, capacity to sit down and actually do like makeup tutorials, I absolutely will. So I hear you. All right, you guys, so that's the finished product. Low bun, light beat, got my little shirt on, so that's it. Very quick, very simple. Like I said, my hair is usually straight for interview day, but this is what they're gonna get today because I'm exhausted, I'm tired. So I'm just getting my coffee, coming into my office space that I used for my interviews. You guys can see my plants in here, my whiteboard, my laundry, my computer, most importantly, my little setup, my ring light. So this is where I do all of my interviewing at, and my work as well. Like I usually just come in here to work on my computer. One of my roommates, my best friend, who's also a medical student, she moved out last year to do a research year. So she's not graduating with me, she'll be graduating next year. So her room is empty and the landlord never filled it. So like I just use it as my office space. Super clutch. I'm like running very late. I have 7 minutes to log in. All right guys, so this is what interview day attire looks like. From the top up, we got business. We're ready to secure a residency spot. From the bottom down, sweatpants and slippers, all comfy, ready to take a nap on break. That's how we get down. So I just throw this over top, you know, make sure I look the part. And then we're gonna go ahead and sit down. My neck hurts so much, you guys. From squatting yesterday at the gym, from putting that bar on my back. Like everything hurts. Everything freaking hurts. So I am like very unprepared today. So I didn't even look at my itinerary yet. I have 4 minutes to log into this Zoom. So let me run through my itinerary really quick for you guys, just so you can kind of see what a normal day is like. So it says Zoom login for interview day, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and it gives a Zoom link, a specific Zoom link. So this is where we're gonna log in, and here kind of the program director give the spiel of what the program is, what the curriculum looks like, what the 3 years of internal medicine residency look like. Then it says from 11:30 to 11:45, we get a message from the chair of medicine and vice chair of diversity and inclusion. Cool, we love that. Then there's a break from 11:45 to noon. We like 15-minute breaks. That's when, you know, we throw this blazer off, run to the bed really quick and get a little nappy nap. Then it says 12:05 to 12:30 is my first interview, and it tells me who I'm interviewing with. Then from 12:35 to 1 p.m. is my second interview. That has a separate Zoom link, so I log into a separate Zoom for my interviews. Then from 1 to 2, medicine report. We can turn our cameras off. I'll talk a little bit about what medicine report is later. And then let's see, 2 to 2:30 is a break. Then 2:30 to 2:45 is a session on the outpatient curriculum, what it looks like basically in the clinic as a resident. Then we have breakout rooms for an hour for Q&A, probably with residents, maybe faculty. Then we wrap up for 5 minutes and then do another diversity and inclusion session for 15 minutes at 4 o'clock. So it looks like I'm gonna finish around 4:15 p.m. today with, you know, a couple breaks in between, but this is what I mean. So I'm starting at 10:10 and I'm ending at 4:15. That is almost a full work day. Like, it's very, very tiring. And all of these sessions, with the exception of the medicine report, which I said I'll talk about later, which is an hour from 1 to 2, your camera needs to be on for all of these sessions except for that one. So it is, you're on, you know, and it's not like you can be here on your phone texting. Like, people notice that stuff on Zoom, you know, so it's like you have to be paying attention and engaged. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in so I can do that because I have 1 minute to spare, and you know Zoom always wants to say, oh, you need to update when you go to log in, and it takes like 2 minutes and then you're late to your meeting, and we don't need it happening for residency. So let me go ahead and log in. I didn't even get to drink my coffee yet. Guys, I'm typically a little bit more prepared than this, but it's been an exhausting few days at the gym and everything. I'm just not used to this lifestyle. All right, guys, so I just finished my 2 interviews for the day. They were 25-minute interviews. One was with called like a specialty faculty member. So they try to like match you with someone who shares in your interests career-wise. So it was a woman in cardiology. So we kind of chatted for 25 minutes. And then I had another interview with kind of just a general internal medicine doctor. He was also involved with the diversity and inclusion aspect of the program. So that was really cool as well. We had a great conversation. It's always good when those interviews go right up to the time and you have to like log off, but you're still chatting, and it feels like very organic and conversational. Those always like warm my heart because it feels mutually, you know, shared that there's some like here, right? There's a fit here maybe. So now I am in the morning report session. So I said I would talk a little bit about what that is. So morning report is basically an hour or 45 minutes, a conference session that residents do where they kind of discuss or present a topic. So you're reporting on a case or a topic that you want to teach to the other residents. And sometimes it's led by a faculty member teaching the residents, or sometimes it's led by another resident teaching the other residents. So it's basically a learning session, a teaching session. So it looks like today they're talking about something in endocrinology. So luckily I do not have to have my camera on for this session. So I have my camera off, I'm muted for this hour. So I'll kind of just grab food, grab a drink, chill, listen in, you know, kind of just give myself a break for the hour. And then we'll log back on and do our afternoon itinerary. So it's been a long day already, but at least my interview portion of it is done. So I kind of can relax a little bit for the afternoon. However, there's still like 3 hours left of this day, but yeah, so that's it. So let's do morning report, and I'm gonna grab some food in the meantime. So I'll show you guys a little bit about what I am writing. So basically this is my program checklist that I use during every interview. So I make a copy of this, a blank copy. So here at the top I put the program name, so XYZ, you know, university or whatever. And then this section here is for the resident meet and greet. So like I said, every interview day usually has a meet and greet associated with it, whether it's the night before or the night of or whatever. And I just have some notes here that I try to document for myself. So what's the overall vibe? How many residents were there? What are some things that stood out, either good or bad? What's the city like? And most importantly, could you see yourself with this group? So that's a question that I ask myself a lot during these residency interviews and meet and greets, because at the end of the day, this is where I'm going to be for 3+ years, right? So can I really see myself there? And then here are some questions for the interview day itself. So what's the salary? You know, what are the benefits? How do they do in the fellowship? What are research and mentorship opportunities? What about vacation? And little things that you may not think add up, but really do, like, do they provide food, you know, during the day at conferences and stuff? How about parking and little things like that? And then I left myself some blank space at the bottom to write down any notes during the interview. So this is the checklist that I use to document stuff and write notes down for myself during the meet and greet and the interview day and my interviews. You know, I'll document the emails of the interviewers if they put them in the chat or something like that, just for future reference. Because when you are doing multiple interviews back to back or every day, or, you know, 15 interviews or more during the interview season, a lot of stuff blends together and you do not remember what's going on half the time, or what was that email address, what did I like about that program, what didn't I like about, what did they say about the curriculum that stood out but now I can't remember it. This is the way for me to really document things really quickly, because typing is noisy first and foremost, and it's distracting when you're in an interview or in the meet and greet. So I like to just have my iPad here accessible. Whoa. All right guys, so that finishes off interview day. It is about 4 p.m. So I'm done with that interview. It actually was a pretty good day. It was longer than my average interview days. So most interviews, well, I guess it wasn't longer, because most interview days for me start around 8 a.m. and go to about 2. This one started a little later at 10, but it's going till 4. So it's the same amount of time. It just started a little bit later. But overall, I thought it was a good interview day. It was normal. You know, all of these programs at some point seem very similar, and it's the same thing at the medical school level, that a lot of stuff, there's more stuff that is similar between programs than is dissimilar. The curriculum, what you're learning, the training, it's all very comparable. The thing that really sets a program apart from another is geographic location, the people, but at this point everybody seems nice. So are the people really that different? They're all brilliant, they're all nice, they're all good humans, they want to be doctors, for God's sake. So so it's mostly like geographic location and vibe, and maybe like if you're considering prestigiousness or rank of a program, but those are the things that really set one program apart from another, is where it is, what is its status or prestige in the grand scheme of this whole thing, and what are the people like. So overall, this was a good vibe. So, you know, another one down. So now I'm just gonna rest my eyes for a few minutes, guys. I'm exhausted. These days are exhausting, so just gonna take a little nappy nap. All right, guys, I am headed to the gym, not only because I would never hear the end of it if I didn't go, but if I really am committed to this process and dedicated to getting healthy and exercising more, then I have to put in the work. So like anything, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it. So I'm gonna go get it done for 30 minutes, or very bare minimum, but at least do something. And then I'm gonna go grab some food because I'm starving and I don't really have anything in the house. So let's go get this working. As I often express, you guys, I hate the gym. I do not find enjoyment out of going to the gym and working out. I, over the last few months, have been going to kickboxing class. I found a really cool kickboxing gym near me, and I've taken that up. But because I've worked out the last 2 days at the gym and my legs feel like literal bricks right now, I can barely stand to go up and down steps or to sit on the toilet because it hurts so bad. I can't even think about using my legs for kickboxing tonight, because we also do a lot of like squatting and stuff at kickboxing. So no thank you, I'll go back to the gym and do some other muscle group that is not the lower half of my body today. So yeah, I'm here getting it done. Had to pull up to one of my favorite spots, guys, and get some dinner. So don't judge me, I am a Subway fan. Fun fact, you guys, Subway was my first job ever. I started there when I was like 15 years old, and it was like a gas station that had a Subway in it, but I was in there cooking sandwiches, y'all, and like I worked there for 3 years. I was pretty much like a manager, and it's so crazy. Like I got fired for putting too much lettuce on someone's salad. Like, what? That doesn't even sound right. Lettuce is a salad, so how do you put too much of it? And my boss was just, he was such a like a penny pincher, and he just didn't like that I put so much lettuce on this guy's salad, even though the guy asked for extra lettuce. And I was just like, whatever, and he kicked me out of the store, and that was that. But it's okay, I got unemployment for wrongful termination, and I won. So anyway, but yeah, I am a fan of Subway. Certain sandwiches at Subway, you guys, there are some things you should stay away from. Cough cough, you saw the news about the tuna, I'm sure. I'm not spilling any beans that weren't already spilled, and I would also stay away from like the cold cuts, just from personal experience. But the I like the oven roasted rotisserie chicken. I also like the buffalo chicken. The sweet chicken teriyaki is also really good, and all of the veggies are good. Like the veggies are all fresh, so you don't have to worry about those. But some of the meat products are suspect, and it's not the meat products themselves, it's some of the practices at some of the like branches, because you know, the owners might do practices that save them money but aren't necessarily like in line with like food regulations and all of that. I'm just saying, from my personal opinion, don't come after me, I'm just saying like just from what I've seen. But anyway, I'm gonna enjoy my sandwich that hopefully is in line with food regulations, and then I have a meet and greet in an hour, so I have to eat my food, shower really quickly. Also want to watch Thursday night football and just chill for the rest of the night. But I also have an interview tomorrow. Not that I do much preparation, but still I should look over my itinerary and see what time I have to be ready, because it's a West Coast school tomorrow, so that time difference messes me up. I have ended up in Zooms early because of the time difference, so I need to look at the itinerary for that as well. But those are the plans for the rest of the evening. All right, friends, so I just finished the meet and greet, the underrepresented minority meet and greet that I was going to this evening. So I just finished that. It's 9:30 because there was a time difference, so it was a little bit later since we're on the East Coast. But pretty much done for the night. I am going to watch some Game of Thrones. Me and my boyfriend are doing a Game of Thrones rewatch. I think I told you guys about that. So gonna go continue another episode of Game of Thrones and go to the gym in the morning because my interview is not until 11 a.m. So I'll be back in the gym in the morning and kind of doing this day all over again, which is why I say it's so exhausting. So see you guys. Happy Friday, family. So as you can see, I'm in my blazer. I am mid-interview right now. Well, we're on like a break session right now. We don't have to have our cameras on, but I am in my interview day right now. I started a little bit later today because it's a West Coast program. So, you know, the time difference allows me to kind of sleep in a little bit. But you will be happy to know that I did go to the gym this morning, you guys. So that's, what is it now? I think 4 days in a row. So that is why you guys can see I have gym pants on still because I didn't have time to shower. Disgusting, I know, but I didn't really do that much at the gym today. I will shower after this interview, you guys. I'm not dirty. I just needed to rush, and obviously this is my future on the line here, so pinned shower for 2 hours. But anyway, so I just wanted to say that I hope you guys have a great weekend. It has been a fun week on the cardiology elective. As you can see, I kind of had to split my time a lot between being in the hospital and these interviews, meet and greets, all of that stuff. It's such a busy time of year for fourth year medical students. So making sure that you're picking electives that are flexible with your schedule and really work with you to miss those days for interviews without it compromising your education and the requirements and elective time and whatnot that you need to graduate. So it was a great week. I hope you guys got to see a little bit of my life this week and what it's like to be a fourth year medical student. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you leave them in a comment box below. I will get to all of them. And you guys are gonna be seeing a lot more Life of a Medical Student vlogs from me because I know you guys like them, and I feel like it's the best way to kind of see what our lives are truly like at this point. So I'm gonna bring them back and start doing them more regularly, so don't you worry. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. If you didn't enjoy, still give it a thumbs up. Like, who wants to be negative and give it a thumbs down? But anyway, make sure you are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button so you're tuned into all the latest content. As always, love you, family. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you next time.